Hey guys, we're back with our third video in the knotting series. I bet you didn't think we would be back, but you know what? Here I am, ready to teach you how to tie the infamous bowline. Now, why is it infamous? It's infamous because it's one of those knots that everybody was afraid to learn how to tie when I was a scout. But you know what? I'm going to make it easy on you guys, okay? So, even the dogs want to learn how to tie this knot. So, stick with me and you won't have any problems. And for my Weeblos out there, not only is it important that you learn how to tie this knot, but it's important that you teach another scout who's not a Weeblo how to tie this knot as well. Not only is it a requirement, guys, but whenever you teach somebody something, it doesn't matter what it is. This has rang true my entire life. No matter when I've taught anything, I have learned the material better. So, no matter what you do in life, no matter what you learn, teach it to somebody else, and you'll know it that much better. So, without further ado, guys, let's learn how to tie the bowline. Alright, let's tie that bowline, or bowline, however you want to say it. Alright, so, of course, in order to tie any knot, what do we need? We need our rope. And of course, what I'm using today is my paracord, my green paracord. I love this cord. And I love this knot, the bowline. I use it quite a bit when I'm camping, when I'm hiking. There's so versatile. And I'm going to be making a separate video soon of how you can use all of these knots in your everyday life. Believe it or not, I take this strand of rope with me all over the place. You never know when a good piece of rope could be useful. All right, so let's get started. All right, first things first, we don't need all this rope for a bowline. All we need is the end of it. Our goal is to make a bite in the end of this. And what is a bite? A bite is just, when we bring that back like this, and this would be called a bite. Make a bite. So all we want to do is create a bite for your rope. And remember, this is an important knot, and this is why for you Weeblos out there, it's important that you learn this knot and you teach it to a scout that is not a Weeblo. And you can use this video if you'd like to help teach that knot. Alright, so here we go. So I gotta tell you, I've tied the last few knots right-handed because I take it most of you are right-handed. But today I'm going to do this one left-handed because it's just so much easier if I do this with my dominant hand. And I'm sure it will be for you too. And I'll show you why at the very end of the video. It doesn't look as pretty. Alright. but it works. So in the end, I guess that's the most important. So like I said before, we don't need all of this rope. We don't need it. We just don't need all of it. We just need the end of it. So we're going to take this rope and I'm just going to throw it up there. Yeah, we don't need it. All right. What I do need is this little bottom half right here. So I'm going to grab a good little bit of it. So here's my end here. And here's where I'm going to be holding it in my dominant hand. Again, my left hand. You're going to hold it in your right hand. And I'm going to pull this out just a little bit. I'm going to give myself some slack. And then I'm just going to let it dangle. And this is the end of a table here. I'm just going to let it dangle off the end of the table. And I'm just going to hold it right here. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take my non-dominant hand, so my right hand this time, and I want to make a C with my hand. See? It's a C. I'm going to make a C with my hand, and I'm going to flip it to where my pointer finger is on top. And then we're going to grab my rope, okay? Grab it, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to turn our wrist upward, and we're going to flip it. And what did we make? We made a bite, or you can think of it as a hole. We made a hole, a bite, and we also made an X. That's a common theme. We're making a lot of X's here. We're going to take our pointer finger, we're going to put it underneath that X. We're going to take our thumb and we're going to put it on top of that X, and we're going to hold it, and we're going to make sure that that hole or that bite doesn't go anywhere. All right, I got it pretty good. Now we're going to take the end of our rope, and I'm going to teach you a way to remember this. And you know what? It's perfect because we just had Easter. So I want you to think of This little guy right here, this little burnt end right here, this is my Easter bunny. Look at that, isn't he cute? This is my Easter bunny, and this right here is a nice big tree. Whatever tree is your favorite tree, think of this tree. And this right here is a little hole where the rabbit lives, right by the tree. Okay? So here we go. Remember, rabbit, tree, hole by the tree. All right, here we go. So, our rabbit, our Easter bunny, comes out of his hole. He looks around. He decides he's going to go around the tree. But he gets scared. And he says, you know what? I'm going to go back in my hole. And he does. He just goes right back in his hole. The same hole as before. And now he's back in the hole. All right. Now what I want you to do is I want you to grab this and grab your bunny. Grab your bunny and the rope that's closest to him, and you're just going to hold it there. Again, just like before, your pointer finger and your thumb, and you're going to hold it there, and then you're going to grab your tree. You're going to grab your end here, and you're going to pull. Just pull your tree. Pull it out of the ground. Oh, no. There we go. And that is our bowline, ladies and gentlemen. That is our bowline. And here's how we know that we tied this correctly. We know that we tied this correctly because our bunny here, our bunny, is on the inside of our loop, is on the inside of our bite, and that's how we know that we've tied our bowline correctly. So remember that little saying that we said, the bunny comes out of the hole, he goes around the tree, and then he goes back in the hole again. And that's it. If you can remember that, I guarantee you, you can tie this knot anytime that you want. Now, you can also make this bite, this hole, as big as you want, depending on what you need to do with it. That's why it's such a versatile knot. I could make it this big if I wanted to. I can make it this big if I wanted to. It really just depends. So I'm going to undo this, and I'm going to do this right-handed now. And I apologize already how this is going to turn out. I promise it'll still be a bowline at the end, but it won't look as pretty all the way through. All right, so just like I did before, I took my rope, and here's my bunny here, and we're going to pull this, give me some slack, and I'm going to hold this, and I'm going to dangle my bunny off the thing here. We're going to take our C, we're going to make a C, we're going to put our pointer finger on top, and we're going to flip it up. There we go, and we've made that bite, or that hole, and I'm going to hold that X, just like we've always done, and then here comes our bunny. Bunny comes out of the hole. He goes around the tree. He sees something. Oh no! He gets scared. He goes back in the hole again. And then here's the part where we hold our bunny and our rope here, and then we pull our tree. We pull our tree. There we go. See, not as pretty, but it's still a bowline. And look at that. It's a little shorter than the last one, and that's fine. It'll still do the job. If I take this and I grab it and I just cannot get that thing loose. But you know what? It's pretty easy to untie. So that's it, guys. That's the bowline. That's it. That's the scary knot. I mean, when I was a scout, I had such a tough time learning this knot. But you know what? You won't, because you can rewatch this video as often as you like, and you can always ask me any questions that you want. All right, guys. I miss you. Stay scouting, and we'll see you later.